Hello everybody. Well, I promised you guys some time ago that I will make another attempt to get headlights replaced, and I've tried this once and it didn't work. So these are the headlights that was sent to me by Panzer Platform. Very nice of him. It says 2003 through 2011 Lincoln Town Car. The noises that you're hearing, it's my son. He's playing around with some of the tools here, and so if you see or hear him, just know he's here to help. And that's what I meant. He just walked up to me asking me what is it that I'm doing. So after the explanation was set, I think we should be okay. He's playing with the tape measure. So anyway, so as you guys can see, I already took it apart. All right, standard headlight, low beam. I haven't even messed with this one yet, because this one I know fits just fine. You know, those bulbs, based on my first experiment with that one, which obviously failed. So headlight out. This is the original clip that holds it in place via this little plastic tab. Now I'm filming this with my cell phone. I wasn't sure if this was going to work, so I didn't bring anything with me. So in any case, I'm going to try to do this one-handed, because I already realized it still does not work. I don't know, is it because I have aftermarket headlights and they're different? I don't know if I'm still doing something wrong. I'm really not sure. But as you can see, I got the connection. I made sure that this is the low beam and not the other way around, because this one is the high beam. It's a little different. It's got a different connector here. So obviously it doesn't fit. It's designed to fit here. So I know I got that portion at least correct. Then trying to fit this. All right, so it comes with this little ring around it. You know, it does fit in here, but obviously once you fit it in here, trying to get this plastic piece over it, you can see it's clearly too big. Now I can do it from the other side, right? Like I can fit it through here like that, and it will work. But as you can see, this fan is going to stick out way too far, and the cover, which is right here, I'm using it for support, it will not fit over it. Okay, now, all right, now trying to remove this plastic piece, you can see that it's possible, right? Still have it connected. It will fit in here. It will fit into the hole. And hypothetically, it will fit here too, like into the hole, and then I can use this plastic piece to kind of cover it over, right? And it might work. It does look like that it might just work. But there's the problem. There's nothing other than, you know, the weight of this piece, and it's not very tight. This will happen. Now, there's nowhere else for me to use this original little clip that, you know, the regular headlight is working with right here. And even the Hollywood Hornet was nice enough to send me these, right? It's the same thing, but they're cut down, right? All this extra plastic that's technically unnecessary. That one got cut down, but once again, it has nothing. Whoa, leaves. By the way, I'm filming this. It's pretty cold already. You can kind of see how the trees are. It's end of November, but we had a relatively mild day today. So, plus it's a Saturday, and my kid is out here, you know, playing with whatever. Hopefully nothing sharp. But anyway, yeah. So this piece, yeah, it will fit. But it's useless, because once again, this fan component, it's so big that it won't matter. Like even if I put it through here, right, and it doesn't lock onto anything. So it's again, I don't understand what is it that I'm doing wrong. I watch the videos of other people doing it. It seems to work just fine for them, but nothing that I do tend to work, especially with this design and with this giant fan, and nowhere for me to lock it in place. So the closest I can do is, like, once again, is this. And I thought about doing it, right? So just move this out of the way kind of just screw it in here, right? It will work, and the cover will fit, but once again, there's nothing holding it in place. And because the fan is in the way, and this clip is going to be useless because it will have nothing to hold on to, I'll just have this. As I'm driving, my headlights are going to be doing this. And, you know, no matter how tight I can make it, well, you know what? I'll experiment. What the hell, right? I'm still going to be left with a jiggly headlight. And I won't be able to aim it using this little screw here. So, once again, don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm going to mess around with it a little bit, and then I'm going to say the hell with it, and I will never touch these things ever again, because as much as I want to make them work, they just don't. So let's see what I think we might have a breakthrough here. So what I did was I loosened this plastic piece, but basically I slid this retention clip, right, the cut down version of this, underneath. I locked it in place, and then I obviously started tightening these bolts. Now they're not tight, because the problem that starts happening is that you can kind of see the plastic. You know, the plastic is kind of bowing. You know, it's like this because there's an extra piece in there. But with that shorted clip, it's not moving, and I'm able to connect it right there. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna plug it into the car. And I'm not saying I'm super thrilled with this because it's kind of, I'm just afraid that this plastic is going to snap one day. I mean, I got it tight enough where it shouldn't come out, and it shouldn't really cause any problems with the plastic cracking. But I don't know, not sure. All I know is I'm not looking forward to doing this again. If this thing fails. So before I put everything together, I will put the high beam in here, because that seems to be pretty straightforward. And I'm sorry for that noise. That's my son to the right of me, as you already know. I'm going to try to do this, and I'm going to stick the headlight in and see what happens. All right, folks, I think we might have a miracle on our hands. We got bright blue light here. We got, I guess, bright yellow light here. Here's side by side. Let's try the high beams. Okay, are they on? Yes, they are on. Okay. Wow, okay, well, we got blue versus yellow. Team blue, team yellow. I mean, okay, at least they work. So I'm gonna put them back the normal way, and I'm gonna do the other side. All right. Well, at least it's coming together. All right. So the miracle did happen. They both sides are lit up, and you know, it took many months for this to come together. Obviously, I still need to finish up, but I would have hated to spend all this time and not get the result I was looking for. So thank you for being patient with me. So let me put everything together. We're gonna do a final shot, and at some point further down the road, we're gonna do driving footage, obviously at nighttime. All right, folks. So I am a little bit proud of myself, and the fact that we got these headlights and the blinkers. Well, the blinkers are yellow, but the rest is fine. High beams are working, low beams are working. I mean, I can't tell whether or not they are bright or not. Obviously, it is kind of, it's not the most sunny day, but all right, well, it's good enough. So obviously, I will follow up via footage of me driving at night. Once again, thank you, Hollywood Hornet. Thank you, Chuck, the Panzer platform. It took me a while to get to these things, but I'm glad they work. Now, if I start driving with these things and then I get a bunch of water because something is not like sealing right anymore, I'm gonna be pissed. Because if I never have to replace another bulb on a town car, I'll be ecstatic. Because honestly, like, this stuff is just not for me. This whole idea of having to remove the entire housing to replace one stupid bulb, I can't help to think that for a fleet vehicle like these town cars are, there had to be a better way. And why did they decide to make it so much more complex with those things that go on the back, like the cover? I mean, I'm sure it serves a purpose, and I'm sure the intent was that the drivers themselves would never have to do it. It would have to be done by some fleet mechanic or by a dealership if you're the private owner. But yeah, so anyway, I hope it all works out. Finally happy to get to them at the end of November, beginning of December, and I'll keep you posted as always. See you, everybody.